This is my son Antony. I'll shake your dad because we've been hairdressers for quite a long time. How long have you been?
18 years.
18 years. My story goes back to the 70s.
1970s.
Yeah.
Not the 1870s.
I had the opportunity to attend a barbering college, which was a government training school. It was fantastic, and our tutor was a bloke called Wally Barnes, who had been a manager for Harrods. He was very, very strict, so we had to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it closed, I think, at 6 o'clock at night. Well, I lived in Horsham, which was probably an hour's journey on the train. I had to get the bus every day. If you were late once, if you were ill once, you're off the course. And I brought a little bit, just for a bit of fun, just to show you what my vocational training certificate was. This is it. This is the thing. I photocopied it for you, Larry, just to show you that when I left the course, it said I was, what we got here, I would be available for employment, and these were the things that I had studied. Deportment, general saloon practices, tools, etc. Lathering and shaving, sterilising methods for saloon equipment. This is one. Personal dress and hygiene. Yeah. That's good. I had to teach him that as well.
Yeah, still training.
Razor setting and stropping on the old stone and stropping the razor. Introduction to hair cutting with hand clippers and then electric clippers. Hairstyling, beard and moustache. And this is the one that gets people going, singeing, where you use a waxed dropless taper and you cut the hair using flames. Bit different to what Turkish guys do, but it's along the same lines. Terrible smell. The art of hair brushing. When we did a good old singe, we had to brush it out vigorously to get all the burnt bits of hair out, and that was a stinking job. Shampooing, of course, face massage, various, and head massage. So it was pretty much what most of the barbers are doing today. But when I completed that, I went later to work in a salon, and I also attended this course. This was interesting. This was the Trendman Technician course. There's my certificate. This is donkey's years old, and this was for postiche, hairpiece fitting. And we used to, it was good fun. We used to get people come in and we used to recolour their hair pieces. And I used to have a little business going on the side doing that, which has really dropped away. I had my first shop, which was in South Street, Dorking. We were there 4 years. I worked on my own. I worked from sometimes 7, sometimes earlier for the customers till 6 every day, and it was 6, sometimes 7 days a week. I made a bit of a name for myself, and then my competitor, Michael, Mick Barker, he had a barber shop with another fellow, and they were quite elderly, and his partner, business partner, had died, and he was finding it too much to cope with. And that's the shop next door that I showed you, Larry. So we took the business over from him, moved the business up, and we were there from, I suppose, 1974 to 1984. We built the business up. Then, in the afternoons and evenings, I used to come into this shop because we bought the property then. And this shop we're in now, I physically built, that's why the work's pretty crap really, but I physically built this.
Barber stroke builder.
And we completed this, we built the shop, fitted it out and opened it brand new for £25,000. That tells you how long ago it was. when we got that going, we did have a ladies department. It was just a small ladies. That was only small ladies could come in. We had a ladies department, and then the barber shop started to pick up. I had extra people work with me, and from there we sort of went from strength to strength. I told you, Larry, that I'd been a member of the Hairdressing Council for many years, and it was through the Hairdressing Council that I met Sue Hibbard, who was the chairman of the Association of Hairdressing Teachers, and for a bit of a laugh we met them at the House of Commons. We went for afternoon tea, and for a bit of a laugh I said to her, "Oh, you're just the person I'd like to meet, because you can help me do what I want to do." And she said, "What's that?" And I said, "To earn a few quid extra." So we just swapped business cards, shook hands, and that was it. The next day, unbeknown to me, she'd taken me at my word, and the principal of the it was Crawley College in Sussex rang me and asked me to go in. He offered me the chance to study as a lecturer, I qualified as an assessor, and that was probably 18 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I was on the first course.
This man here, if you don't mind me saying, at that time you were an apprentice mechanic.
Yeah.
He was a mechanic.
Grease monkey.
Yeah, he was good, he was a good mechanic, and I needed a model to demonstrate to the class some of the barbering techniques, and I think I asked you.
Yeah, I was a bit dishevelled.
Yeah, I asked him.
I got roped into having my hair cut.
Yeah. Well, do you know, at the end of that evening, I used Antony as a model. We demonstrated to all the people the hair cutting techniques and gowning techniques, and he said, "Do you know, Dad, I think I could do this." He said, "I think I'd prefer this." So we checked up with the college, and you came on my course.
Yeah, on that second course.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't officially attended the first lesson, they sort of made a slight exception because I was still there. So joined that course. Everyone sort of said at the time, you know, your father's teaching you. It's going to be easy. You know, he'll pass you. He'll pass you.
It was more difficult for me.
It bloody was.
Because he's my son, you can't show favouritism.
No,
and he
actually
definitely didn't. He worked his butt off. He used to work in here, practice. You worked at the college, you got qualified, and we had a man here who's just recently retired. He's been here over 30 years, and he said, "I'm going to do it quicker, and I'm going to do it better," didn't you?
Bear in mind, he was old school. He was. You know, I still, to this day, never seen anyone that can cut a flat top like Keith.
No.
Keith Cousins, that is.
Yeah, great barber.
Yeah, getting state registered since day dot. He was a great mentor for me, along with my dad.
And now he's nearly as good as I am.
yeah, working on it.
One of the things, I'm a great believer in education. I really am. That's why I've been in education. I've been teaching, mentoring, lecturing, assessing for 18 years, as I said earlier. And what I'd like to say, Larry, for the people out there who are watching, the younger barbers, this is a great time. This is a great time to be entering barbering. If you're in it now, have you noticed? Everywhere, barbers are springing up.
It's boomed.
Business is good. Boomed. You know that with the clippers. Everyone's gone mad. And so what I'd say to you young ones, I've been in it 44 years. And what I was trying to say, I was discussing with Larry earlier, that you don't have to be a real whiz kid, but to be successful, you need to be consistent, you need to be skilled, you need to have a laugh and not take yourself too seriously. Well, that's a very good question. My father was a chartered accountant, and everyone expected that I would go into accountancy. I hate it. I really hate it. I would detest mathematical is not me. I was more arty crafty. I always wanted my own business, but I never knew what I wanted to do. So I tried a few things, and this is where I was introduced to a government training course, and they give you all the choices of skills. And the bottom line is, I divided the last two. It was either going to be catering or barbering. To do catering, you need all the equipment, you need the premises, you need a lot of money before you start. So I guessed if you do barbering, all you need is a suitcase, your tools, you can go out, do some school.
You can do it anyway.
Yeah, and that was it. And I have pursued that all my life. And as I said earlier, 44 years later, I'm still doing it. The British Master Barbers Alliance, or BritishMasterBarbers.com. Why did we have an interest to start it? We wanted to put something back into the industry. We've been successful, and we felt we would like to help people who are established barbers, but to gain the recognition and the accreditation above what they've already done. Now I know this, many people will tell me there's no such thing as a master. Well, a master is someone who is eminent in their profession, skill or craft, and also someone who is a great teacher who can pass on those skills to the next generation. I also realise you never stop learning, as I don't stop learning, and I don't profess to know it all. So that's laid that one to rest. So what we're trying to do is to help people who are established in their business get the accreditation and get the respect for the industry that they deserve.
We all deserve.
The other thing I'd like to say, whenever you pick up the paper, the fashions, the latest styles, the latest trends, they always used to come from London, and they were always London based, and London was everything. But I tell you what, where the real fashion comes is from your backstreet barbers in every town. They're the people who have to do the creative styles, the creative. We have to come up with the styles, and now through our involvement with British Master Barber, we found that Britain is, England especially, to start with, we've been up to Southport, and all the north area, it's really buzzing, and now Scotland is the same.
Scotland's just kicking off.
So
they're really making.
Wherever you are, this is the chance, I think, for someone in our industry to shine.
So tell me, Tony and Anthony, you keep talking about British Master Barbers want to get other barbers accredited. How do they get accredited as being part of the Master Barbers?
It's quite simple. We've got our website. People can, at the moment, they can join for free. You know, we're trying to give something back. You know, it is one of those things that will have to fund itself a little bit later on, but we're trying to give as much for free as possible. They can join up for free, become a member. The next stage is to apply for either British Professional Barber, British Master Barber or Grand Master Barber. The three levels have three different criterias, starting off from 2 years in the industry up to academy owners. You can go on our website, BritishMasterBarbers.com. You can upload a video of yourself working, which ends up going to in front of a team that we've created, very established barbers, trichologists and academy owners who have all been in the industry, well, their time served. They go through, and they're not just looking at the haircut you do, they're looking at your manner, they're looking at your surroundings, they're looking, you know, do you have barbicide? Do you have this? What tools are you using? Are your tools clean? Do you know how to use the tools correctly?
Well, firstly, we are great supporters of becoming a registered hairdresser with a hairdressing council. We are great supporters of that because I think everyone who goes into a salon has the right to at least have somebody who's qualified in the trade that they're performing. And we are still dismayed that the United Kingdom is one of the only countries in Europe where you don't have to be qualified to open a hairdressing salon. But the powers that be haven't deemed it important enough. There must be a reason, but the Hairdressing Council keep plugging away, and I've been a member for years and years, and it still hasn't happened.
Yeah, I've been a member for 17 and a half years, I think now.
But the question you asked is a good one. We also feel that somebody who owns a barbershop, and I'm saying whether it is a man or a woman, it matters not, a barber is a barber to us. Well, if somebody owns a barbershop and they've been qualified and they've had their salon a few years, where can they go? What can they do to improve their status? It's very difficult. So we're looking for people who've been in business, people who've got the wealth of experience. And so what we've set up are the 3 different criteria. The first criteria is for someone who's not been in the trade that long but who is qualified, which is the British Professional Barber. And then someone who's got a bit more experience, someone who's really able to show they know their stuff, and they are the ones who can become a British Master Barber.
No.
At this stage it's impossible.
It would be nice to make it a proper qualification of some description. But we're not striving for, making this law, you have to get this accreditation. It was really designed as another goal for people to achieve. Somebody that's been in the industry many years, knows his stuff. Where does he go now? Let's take it up to the masters.
I'd like to say too that the goal would be just to get barbers and hairdressers registered, state registered, which hasn't happened either. No,
we cover everything, absolutely everything.
If they come in and want it, we do it.
Yeah, it's all about, this shop is all about the customer. Whatever the customer wants, the customer gets. We do everything from shaving through to head massage, to neck massage, back massage, shampoos. We really sort of strive to go above and beyond any treatment that normal barbers would give. Skin fades, it's my thing.
Yeah, I do it all. We have to do it all. Whatever comes in, I would not be drawn on one, because in 44 years in a shop, I've done the bloody lot, mate.
Yeah.
I have done the lot. So whatever comes in, whatever earns you a few quid, you've got to be able to do it and do it good. That's what I'd tell you. Well, I've got to say, I met Larry at Southport.
The Barber Bash.
At the Barber Bash. What a fantastic event. And we discussed clippers, and you suggested that I took the Wahl Master Seniors, Wahl Senior clippers, and I love them. They are so powerful. They got the special power adapter from you as well, and I've used them for the fades. They work absolute treat for me. They're very powerful, very quick.
And I've nicked them occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I found hair in them. Yeah, so I would say the Americans' equipment for me has been a very good thing. It's something different. The customers know straight away.
The customers notice, I don't know what it is, it's the smoothness of the fade. It cuts the hair so, it's hard to explain, but it leaves it so smooth at the back of the head. Every customer goes, oh, yeah, I like that.
So it's something new, it's exciting. I like to change things around, as I said.
We like to experience everything new in the industry, even the old stuff. You've done a couple of crops using the hand clippers.
Yeah, do it.
But if there's a new product on the market, we like to try it out. I've got a drawer full of combs. Every comb you can possibly imagine, from the Denman streaker through to beard combs, through to, you know, we'd like just trying everything. You don't have to have all that equipment, but we just like to try it all out, see what it's all about, see what the fad is. I've been a believer in using Wahls. I've always used Wahls. I've never had a problem with them. Super tapers, probably one of the best all-round clippers in my opinion that the UK had. But a lot of the American clippers that you're providing now really are sort of changing the opinions of what is actually out there.
Well, the thing for me that's a game changer is the 60 Hz power pack, because that makes them run at their optimum performance, and they run absolutely sweet without being too noisy. We were always stuck with the old 50 Hz, which made them noisy and not very efficient. Yeah, so thank you, Larry, for that.
Like anything, you're always striving for the next thing, see what's out there, see if there is something better. You do get complacent in the tools that you use. You know, I've used them 30 years, you know, we'll use them for another 30 years, but there's always room for something new.
I would say no, there were no limitations at all until you tried the latest stuff. Then when you've tried the latest stuff, you think, oh, blimey. Well, I am fairly new to it myself, and I took your advice, Larry. I asked you what I need.
We're always learning.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I don't know it all, and I asked you what you recommend, and you recommended me the 60 Hz power pack and the Wahl Senior. Fantastic. So thank you. I took the advice and I'm very grateful.
Now I'm sure we'll be trying out a few more.
Yeah.
What's the next stage?
Well, the next stage, we've got a few things. We are at Barber Connect. We have a stand with the British Master Barbers, where we're hoping to see...
Just raise a bit of awareness of what we're actually doing.
Antony has been involved with running the UK Barber Battle, which will be there at that show.
Yeah, we've had a long couple of nights judging the entries. Unbelievable.
We have our ambassadors on stage performing, doing hairdressing, shaving, all sorts of things, so it's going to be an exciting event. We have the awards to make there. Have a few awards that will be handed out on that day, and you know, because we're opposite you, Larry. So,
so when you come and see Larry, you come and see us. Yeah,
we'll drown you out with the microphone. So we're looking forward to that very much. The other thing, that I've got to do, we are putting on a CPD, continual professional development, for all the teachers at the college where I work, for shaving and for the fading. We're going to put on a part of our show just for
just to try and sort of offer a bit of our knowledge to the teachers that are out there at the moment.
After that, I'm going to have a holiday, and then he's going to be running the business, so good old Antony.
Yeah. He's about right.
And he's going to send me the money.
Yeah.